In this 25th anniversary year of September 11th, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation continues to honor America's heroes. Heroes like Fire Lieutenant Michael Wells, who was inspired by 9/11 to serve his community. After 14 dedicated years of service, he lost his battle with occupational cancer, leaving behind his wife, Katie, and their 3 children. Tunnel to Towers honored Lieutenant Wells by paying off the family's mortgage in recognition of his sacrifices. Donate $11 monthly and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Let's go to our next guest. We got Tom Fitton. He is head of Judicial Watch. And Tom, you guys just had a big lawsuit where it basically, what is this right? 800,000 ineligible voters in the state of Oregon? I mean, were that many of them?
Yeah, they hadn't cleaned up the rolls more or less since 2017. Federal law requires the states to take reasonable steps to clean up the rolls, and some states just don't do it. It's not hard to do. And we sued, Judicial Watch did, and some others. And the new Oregon Secretary of State, I think a Democrat, came in and said, "Well, what are we doing here?" And so he agreed to remove the names. So we settled the lawsuit. So it's good all around. And, people think, when we sue, it's just we're fighting Democrats. What happens is we sue and Democrats agree with us. In New York.
You sue, whether it's Democrats or Republicans, you just want the right thing for Americans.
That's right. We want the voter rolls clean. We don't want dirty names on the rolls. New York City removed nearly 1 million names from the rolls as part of a settlement.
When was that?
2022, and then again in 2025. About half.
Well, it seems like there's still a problem.
Yeah, I was going to say.
They removed 8%, 8% of the voters in New York.
Wow. So wait, Tom, go through that again. Was it 1 million total, or give us the breakdown of those two?
There was a 2022 settlement. They removed 918,000 names since then.
Wow.
8%. That's stunning. That is stunning. Wow.
It is. And so Oregon is 800,000. We just confirmed nearly, over 350,000, 372, I think, in Colorado. So these lawsuits that Judicial Watch has been pursuing, not the government, Judicial Watch has been pursuing, we've cleaned 6 million names in the states in the last several years, thanks to our lawsuits and legal actions.
Wow, Judge.
Good to talk to you again, Tom. So forgive my naivete, but does this sound like it's a problem with respect to the integrity and the fairness of our elections?
Yeah, I mean, the reason first of all, you're supposed to comply with the law. The law requires regular cleanups. But the reason the law is there is to ensure election integrity. When people know dead people are on the rolls or people who moved away are on the rolls, they recognize it's a pool of names from which fraudsters can draw. And the cleaner the rolls, the cleaner the elections, and the dirtier the rolls, the more opportunities you have for fraud. And we cleaned 6 million, but there's probably well north of 24 million that need to be cleaned up nationally. It's just slow going, and to the degree the law needs to be changed.
Wait. Say that number again.
Rolls more regularly.
Tom Fitton, say that number again. How many have to be cleaned up nationwide?
About 24 million.
Oh my God!
Well, if we got 1 million off New York City, do we know whether those million were what parties they were affiliated to?
Well, I guess you could study that. My thinking is
because I don't think Republicans are fraudulent.
It probably mimics the party makeup of the active voter list.
What else? We got a minute left. What else would you like to tell the American people?
The Southern Poverty Law Center. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, there you had this left-wing group pay protesters or pay the heads of these racist, what they deem to be violent organizations, while raising money trying to stop these racist, violent organizations. In fact, they paid money to organize the Charlottesville event that led that resulted in the death of an individual.
I want everybody to understand that, because what you're saying is very important. This charity group, funded mostly by left-wing Democrats, is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. The charity group funded by left-wing Democrats took the money and gave it to people like the Ku Klux Klan to create theoretical problems against, in other words, stir the pot.
Right, to justify their own existence. And by the way,
I mean, it's horrible.
It's horrible. That's the allegation.
And you know what the number is that they have secreted away in some of the offshore accounts? Something like $800 million. That's a lot of money to play with.
And they all have 501c3s.
And you know what I want to know? Why are the donors not coming back and saying, I want my money back?
Because they don't care. They know where they're putting their money.
That's the point, John. Exactly. That's the point. Wouldn't you if you suddenly realized that my money went to this?
I had a congresswoman that I'm not going to mention today. We both know her very well. That they had that one of her tenants in Jamaica. Some group in New York, no names mentioned, okay, put it through 5 different charities to hide the money.
Wow.
And we reported it to the FBI. I had George, my chief of staff, report it to the FBI.
Is the AG doing anything about it?
Wow.
I mean, she should do something about it.
You mean you're talking about John's case? Of course, the AG's looking at Southern poverty.
Not-for-profits.
Charlottesville, did I hear a felony involved there? Judge?
Tom said that someone was killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a woman. There was a woman who was killed.
Right.
Now, let's say Southern Poverty Law Center says they had informants, that they were using them as informants.
Yeah, by the way,
you're not allowed to have informants.
You're not supposed to pay informants.
Exactly.
They're not
per se rule.
That's the point.
The FBI does.
That's the point. Right. They're not the government. Tom, you got to keep us posted. Thank you. You are terrific. We love you, Tom. Thank you. Great job. Yeah, thank you.
This is Roger Stone with a serious warning for you. The U.S. dollar has lost 97% of its purchasing power since 1912. Your savings are exposed, and gold and silver remain the final hedge against currency devaluation, inflation, and ongoing economic uncertainty worldwide. So call 844-272-2428 now to get your free gold and silver guide from American Sovereign Bullion and learn how to protect your wealth with gold and silver. Call 844-272-2428 or visit dyingdollar.com. That's dyingdollar.com.